All right, everybody, let's get into it. Ducktales series finale. It's called The Last Adventure. It is 90 minutes. It is everything that a true fan of Disney Afternoon would want in a finale. I'm gonna try to make this somewhat spoiler free, but fair warning, spoiler alert. So where do I start? First of all, it literally wrapped everything up in one tight little bow. Amazingly, it wrapped everything up in one tight little bow. If you're wondering what I'm wearing the Won't He Pour It Saturday Morning Cartoons and Cereal merch, which you can get, and the link below in the description. But yeah, screw it. Bless me bagpipes. We're gonna have to just talk about some spoilers. First thing first. Scrooge McDuck is such a great character. I think they made the ultimate Scrooge McDuck with this particular show. He's flawed. He's heroic. He is selfless. He's selfless. And he loves his family. And one of the things that was the underlining thing that was throughout all of the DuckTales series was, what's family? What is the real definition of family, and how does family really how can family be defined, and who can be family? And you learn in this episode that Webby, she's still searching for who she is. And because of certain things that happen in this particular episode, you find out that there's still a void there. Webby doesn't really know everything that she wants to know. So through this episode, she finds out so much more about her backstory. You also get a glimpse of every character that's ever been on the show. And they even had a part that was put in there for one reason and one reason only for fan service, and my God, was it great. So number one, the whole shebang starts with a birthday party for Webby, which is secretly the entire Duck Squad's way of getting into Fowl's base and figuring everything out. And basically, they find out that Fowl flew the coop and they left these two clones behind, and the clones are clones of Webby. The clones are called May and June. And as soon as Mrs. Weekley sees them, she knows something bad is up. She automatically knows something bad is up. So fast forward, the Webby releases the clones from pretty much from their captivity of being locked inside one of the storage rooms. And because Weekley doesn't want Webby to speak to the clones because she knows a deeper secret than all this is. And if you're watching this and you're a person who can kind of like detect what's going on, you kind of get to the point where you're like, okay, I think Webby might be a clone. But then they give you so many swerves. So Webby's trying to help the clones find out who they are. They want to find out who they are. Secretly, they've been planted. They were planted there to get the last two remaining secret artifacts that Scrooge and his clan have, just so they could bring it to Bradford, and bring Webby to Bradford, so Bradford could, get his evil scheme. And ultimately, Bradford's evil scheme is to stop Adventure from ever happening again, especially when it comes to Scrooge. He just wants to get rid of Adventure, period. You find out that he was the first Junior Woodchuck, and his mother was basically the person that wrote the Junior Woodchuck's guidebook. And then you find out that he just hates Adventure. He just despised it. He was the worst Junior Woodchuck. Another thing that you find out in this great episode is you find out how much they could have just. I so hope Disney. This is my plea. Do you take these properties and make some shows out of them? I know you're making a Darkwing Duck show, and it's not even by the same writing team, but it should be. Take this Darkwing, take this Gosling, take this Launchpad, and do something with it, please. They gotta do some branching shows. I mean, yes, they tied everything up in a bow, but then they left so much more. Webby gets captured by May and June. Really, Webby turns the tables on June, and she captures June and dresses up like June. The rest, and then Huey, he finds out that this is happening, so he stows away on the plane. Hijinks ensue, and they're at the library of Alexandria, and that's where you start to find out all the heavy stuff. Scrooge and the rest of the boys, they get together to get this one last mission. They are, they got Gosling there, they got the robot boy, they got everybody. They got Manny the headless horse. Pay attention to that. That all happens. They go. They go to the Library of Alexandria to stop this whole thing. They split off into several different missions, and fights ensue. You get the fight between Steelbeak and Launchpad with Darkwing Duck and Gizmo Duck. You get the Dr. Gearloose with Manny the Headless Horseman, and then you find out that Manly the Headless Horseman is secretly the headless horse that of the apocalypse, and he will bring the apocalypse to the world, which is just crazy. That gets paid off in such a way. He breaks the Scrooge statue head, and he forms a head. And when the head comes out of it, the song playing in the background is the gargoyle sound. And the whole time I'm listening to Manny talk, because they gave Manny a voice, I'm like, why does he sound like Keith David? It is Keith David. and wings sprout out of him, and he says he's alive. And I literally shouted out, "Oh my God." That was amazing. That was amazing. They're not going to do anything with that. It's sad. You even see the Rescue Rangers. They're captured by Bradford. Bradford captured all of the adventurers, people that you saw throughout the series. He was going to get rid of all of them. And basically, through Mrs. Weekley being captured and Webby interrogating her as June, she finds out that she was a clone. And she finds out that Mrs. Weekley is not her grandmother. And Mrs. Weekley goes, she's on one of her missions. She finds this child, and she takes the child and goes to stay with Scrooge. And that's where you get Abigail. But the craziest part about the whole thing is, you later on find out from the old scientist stuff, from all the old cartoons, he's still alive for some strange reason. You find out, he says, yeah, well, Webby, because Bradford uses Webby to read the papyrus, and the only one that can, and the only people that can read the papyrus, or the papyrus will show itself to, are descendants of Scrooge. And the boys are tied up. And, at this point, they had got beat up, and they say, well, we're not descendants of Scrooge, and we're descendants of Scrooge, and we didn't see the papyrus, so who saw the papyrus? And then Webby saw the papyrus, and she's like, well, she's not a descendant. What? And they figure it out, and they're told that Webby is a clone of Scrooge. She's Scrooge's daughter. Mind explosion. They gathered together. They pretty much stopped Bradford's plan. I'm not going to tell you how they stopped Bradford's plan, but they stopped Bradford's plan, and the show ends with with a skydiving scene of everybody falling out of the plane, and they all going into their own little things, and it's a beautiful way to end this series. This series has been amazing from start to finish. It has been a phenomenal series that I will cherish. I don't know about you people, but I will cherish it, and I really hope and pray that somehow the cartoon gods bring this to Disney Plus, because that's the only thing I want. I mean, I know there's not much you can, what are you going to put them on more adventures? But yeah, you can put them on more adventures, because Magic of the Spells crew is still out there, But yeah, man. Yeah, it really wrapped up everything so nicely. Great show, great series finale, great series. I give the entire thing from the season 1 to now, I give it a definitely amazing 5 out of 5. Yeah. Sorry for all the spoilers if you didn't want to know. Anyway, everybody, it's your man Random Man, definitelyamazing.com. Saturday morning cartoons and cereal. Speaking of season finales, there will be a season finale of Saturday morning cartoons and cereal this weekend, featuring our guest, the lovely Daniela, the creator. But yes, everybody, watch one of these episodes that are popping up. There's a screen popping up. Watch one of the episodes there, and yeah. If you're going to be serious about anything, be serious about your cartoons and your cereal. And I'm out.